Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Toxxic, Rhiannyr. I own a store called AlterEgo in Secondlife, and I am coming back to do another how to texture mesh clothing for Secondlife tutorial. I was in a Skype call last night with a couple of friends of mine. I only have two friends, and I was teaching one of them how I do my texture ritual when, texturing the clothes I get a hold of. Everybody does this so differently, so I just want to make perfectly clear that the way I do it is just the way I do it, what I'm comfortable with. But if you find other methods that work better for you, by all means, boo-boo, do what you do. But there was a couple of things that I did last night, and my friend was like, you should totally make a tutorial for it. People probably don't even know about it. And I was like, all right, I will go ahead and do that. Though to me, this stuff, I don't know, is super simple. But if you don't know how to do it, then I hope this video will help you. So what I have here is ambient occlusion from a top that I bought from Creative Studio. Actually, I bought this top a long time ago. This is not new. This top's not new. You can find it on the marketplace if you search her Creative Studio. I think it's called Knotted Tank. I'll also show you what it looks like in Secondlife when I'm done with the Photoshop part. So basically, what my friend's first question was that she had a white top that she was trying to put a graphic on the front part of it, and it wasn't really blending right. It didn't look real. It didn't look like it really fit very well. So she was asking me what I would do to make the graphic look more realistic, and it's really hard to explain without showing her. So I flipped on Skype and flipped on my screen share, and now here we are. I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this. So actually, I'll be perfectly honest, I hate working with white clothes in Secondlife. It just really, really sucks. The ambient occlusion has to be really, really good in order to even get a decent output. If your ambient occlusion doesn't have a whole lot of wrinkles and it's very plain, it's real hard to make it look correct. And you can actually probably notice in some of my clothing products, if there's not a white copy, white was really hard and I skipped it. So for instance, on this particular shirt, we'll do a white version. This one's not too bad because there is wrinkles and there is some kind of depth to the ambient occlusion. But if you've been doing this for a while, then you can probably pick out some full perm creators that don't give the nicest ambient occlusions in the entire world. So that's kind of screws it up for a white piece of clothing. Okay, so basically, I think all I did here, like this file's already been worked on, but there's the base. This is the texture that it came with. And this was probably some sort of light map or something like that. Yeah, this looks more like a light map that was included. Maybe. I'm not sure because I didn't just open this stuff up, I just opened up a file. So I had this saved to hard light, and I brought the opacity down a little bit. The reason why I did that is that I did want some of the shininess, some of the highlights rather, still to where you could see it on the shirt instead of it just being kind of bland like that. I wanted some of the shadow and some of the highlights, so that's the reason for me doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pattern on top. Even though it's got like this noisy pattern on it, I'm still gonna add mine cotton pattern on top of it. So I'm just gonna leave all the settings just like that. We're gonna convert it to a smart object and rasterize it. And then This cotton texture is not perfect. I made it myself. Up here there are some areas where it's not completely seamless, so every time I open it I do have to fix it. So I'm gonna lower this down just a little bit. It just needs to be blurred just a smidge to fix the little imperfections. I'm gonna change this to multiply. So as you can see, it's not huge difference, but OCD, man, I have to have it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on the making a white shirt just for a second, and I'm going to show you the part that she really found to be very interesting. So this deals with putting graphics on t-shirts, particularly black shirts with like a graphic on it that is white. So this is how you're gonna do it. I always thought that this was like super easy. I don't know, it blew my mind last night. She was like, oh my god, I've never seen anybody do it like that before. I'm like, really? Wow, I'm completely blown away. So what I'm gonna do is I need to put a color on top of this. So I'm gonna come over here to this little box right here. I'm not sure what it's called, it's just that box right there. And I'm going to choose like a dark charcoal color and press OK, and I'm going to click in the middle of the image. So then we're going to go back to this layer, and I'm going to choose multiply. That looks pretty good. That was pretty good. It's not too dark, it's not too light. Looks good. So basically what these images are is I wanted to make a bunch of marijuana shirts. So I went on Google. Bad, Toxic, bad. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that, but I wasn't charging very much for this shirt, so I really don't give a shit. I went to Google, found some marijuana type graphics that would look cool on my shirt, and I copied them and brought them into Photoshop. So we're gonna just look at the first one here. Oh, thank you for paying me. That's such a nice sound to hear every once in a while. Money being dropped into your account. So this is how it came in. Found it on Google somewhere, whatever, you know, took a little screeny of it or whatever, and I brought it back into Photoshop. So as you can see, the part that I want is white. The part, well, the background, put it that way, is black. And that's pretty much how all of these are. I brought them in, or maybe they were a different color. Totally easy to fix that also, but as you can see, our theme here is black and white graphics. Black and white graphics. Okay? All of those are black and white graphics. Okay, so this is super simple. So say you don't want the black background, but you want to keep the white to put on your graphic. There is a couple of ways to do this. How I do this requires no cutting, no magic wanding, no deleting, anything like that. As long as the image is black and white, all you have to do is place it where you want it. Come up here to the blend mode and click screen. Man, that was hard. If you want it to look a tad more realistic, lower the opacity just a smidge. And that's pretty much how you do it. I've seen other people before really go crazy with this. They're like, oh, I don't want that black. I don't want that black on the back here. So we're gonna, you know, type up here the tolerance. So you make sure that you grab all of it. You grab all of it, and then you press delete. You can totally do it that way also, except if this image right here is a shitty image that you've brought in, say it's pixelated already and it just looks really fugly, doesn't look good, when you do that technique right there and you delete it all, it's going to look like crap. It's going to be pixelated. I don't even fool with that. If it's a crappy graphic and I can bring it in and I can do like sharpen, or I can fix it somehow to where now it's a decent image, the easiest way to keep that image intact is just to leave it the way it is and change it to screen. you're not messing, you're not deleting, you're not accidentally grabbing 3 or 4 pixels or whatever that doesn't need to be deleted. Like, that other way is a messy style to do it. It's a quick way to do it, but I think mine was quicker by like maybe 1.3 seconds. So basically that's what I did on all of these. Brought it in, cleaned it up the best I could, switched it to screen, lowered the opacity. Just about like that. Same thing. As long as it's black and white, this is how that works. Same way. And the great thing is, it doesn't just work on black. You can change the color of your t-shirt, whatever color you want, and it stays the absolute same. Ta-da! Toxxic is smart. Yeah. That's the part that kind of wowed her. She was like, oh, wait a minute, how the hell did you just do that? So, I mean, look, it even works on the white, except for this is more, in my opinion, gray. So, say, for instance, we want to make this a white shirt with the white writing. This is usually how I do white, and it sucks and maybe not be the best method. If you're a creator in Second Life and you feel you have a better method to creating white clothes, please, by all means, leave me a comment, because I'm interested in knowing how other people do this. So basically what I did just now is I made a copy of this light map. I'm just trying to make the white shirt look pretty, like, well, as realistic as I can, but make it like actually white and not gray. We're gonna try something. A lot of times this is like trial and error. Like, I don't get it the first time, and I just have to sit here and kind of play with things here. Let's just change some blending modes and see if I can't get it somewhat realistic looking. It's really blown out. That I don't really know if this is a great piece of clothing to try this with because of that light map. It's like, it just looks plastic almost, you know what I'm saying? Let me try something else. I'm gonna make a copy of this layer because this one didn't have any shininess on it whatsoever. And I just kinda, I hate white. Ugh. That looks better. Oh, so if you wanted to have a white t-shirt, what I just did there, let me back up, because see, I'm just sitting here playing. Here was our image tweed, right? And we have a white background now. So say I wanted this text, the white text, to be black. Okay. What did I just do? Oh my god, I totally brain farted. You go up to image, adjustments, invert. That makes it white background, black text. Come here. Change to multiply. There you go. Lower the opacity a little bit or whatever, however you want it to be on the shirt. And I mean, that looks pretty good as far as the white. I might do like a couple more things to it to try to make it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, nothing's moving. What's going on? Oh, I had the wrong thing. Yeah, but that's pretty much like as white as it's gonna go, without making it look blown out. I don't like when t-shirts are white and they look blown out. So sometimes you kind of have to settle for like really light gray, whitish colored t-shirts. Sorry, it's so hot inside my room. So yeah, it's basically how you do that. Even if you had, she had a graphic that had color. This one has color, a little bit of color. How would I do this? On a white shirt. This probably would not work well on the white shirt. I'm thinking this is a no. This one's a no-go. Just because the white is like, it's the same color, it's just gonna blend in. Even if I was to do the fast trick, right? The one I told you that's not that cool. You see how shitty that just made that turn? It's not gonna be good. So if the graphic was like, I don't think I have one that is gonna work really. Oh, what did he do for her? Let me look something up real quick here. I'm unprepared. 1 second. I did show her an example. Let me open Illustrator real quick and I can show you guys what I did. Just to kind of show you how to put a color graphic on the front of this and make it look realistic. My knowledge of Illustrator is pretty beginner noob. I know how to take things apart and move things around, but I'm not very good at actually building things in Illustrator, but I can take it apart. These files are generally layered files, so it's usually pretty easy. It works a lot like Photoshop. So we're going to take up all this crap that they put on here, and I want to move this to Photoshop. So there's some layers that need to be deleted there, and so you just, you know, if I am definitely not doing an Illustrator tutorial because I don't know enough to show you guys much of anything other than taking vectors apart. So I'm just going to Control X to take that piece of watermelon, and I'm going to paste it here. Control V, Smart Object. Okay, there we go. Piece of watermelon. Looks so yummy. Alright, let's let my system catch up here because I am lagging. Oh, you need to close. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm gonna do Control T and hold down Shift on the bounding box, and I'm just going to take my mouse and move it up a little bit, so we're gonna resize that. So I mean, that looks pretty cute right there as is, but well, we can play around with the blending modes a little bit. I'm gonna zoom in just a hair. Multiply makes it look okay. I mean, that looks pretty realistic. It looks like it takes on the texture of the actual shirt. But let's just see what some of the other ones look like. If we can make it look more, I was gonna say more better. Let's see if we can make it look better. If we can make it more better. No, we can't. So I'm going back to the multiply. But I think I'm going to take a picture, a copy of the current image. And I'm going to put that back up, and I'm going to change this to multiply. That's a little bit better, except for, see, we did this last night. She was like, I really like the way that the watermelon looks. She was like, but I don't like this went too dark. And in order to fix that, you just press Control, click on the watermelon layer, and then while you have this one selected, press this Add Layer Mask. So what that does is it kept what the watermelon looked like, and it deleted everything else. You just right click inside this box and do Apply Layer Mask. So even that looks pretty good. If you want to lower, you know, lower the effect that it took on, you can just mess with the fill layer. But about right there, that looks okay to me. Looks okay to me. It's not terrible. It could be a whole lot worse, trust me. Yeah, so that's basically it. That's about all I taught her, and she thought I was super fantastic, and that is such a good feeling. But anyways, I hope that little bit helped you guys, at least get you in a direction to where you can start playing with different images on Photoshop or for your clothes. Oh, I was going to show you what this looks like in Second Life. So basically here are the shirts that I made. You'll notice some of these textures, maybe, if it'll change, because I'm lagging pretty hardcore here. Oh, there we go. Lagging, here we go. We're going really slow. That's what we're doing. Yeah, so as you can see, that's about what it looks like in Second Life on the clothing. Why are my eyes popping out like that? Just fucking catwa heads, I swear. Everything's moving slow. 1 second. Okay. What is going on with your eyeballs, girl? Nothing's moving. Everything's so laggy. Whatever. Yeah. Put this back on. Maybe in a million years this stuff will all work. Anyways, you guys get what I'm like seriously sweating. It is so hot in my room. I don't know. Anyway, I hope that this tutorial helped you guys. Definitely play around with it. The best advice that I can give you is that blending modes are your friend. Whatever graphic you want to use, clean it up however you see fit. Either you're using the erase brush or a magic wand tool, or however you want to clean it up. And if you get it black and white, you can always use it on any color item. Doesn't matter. If you use that trick right there, it'll work every single time. So, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy my channel and you find that my tutorials are helpful, please feel free to subscribe. If you would like to have notifications on when I upload new videos, you can press the bell button right next to the subscribe button on this video, and that will enroll you on the alert list. If you like this video and it helped you out, give me a thumbs up and holler at me in the comments. I just really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope these help you. Till the next one, you guys have a great week. Bye-bye.